Industry is big business these days, and I'm not talking about size zeros and the young and beautiful walking down the catwalks. I mean building models for a hobby. And one engineering company in Devon has found itself with a booming order book by tapping into that latest trend in modelling. World War II tanks are on the menu there, and Rob's been getting to grips with them.
I'm in control of a Second World War German Panther tank here. This thing is a sixth of the size of the real thing. It's made from aluminium and steel, so if it went over my foot, it would make a bit of a dent. It would make a bit of a dent in your wallet too, because one of these would cost £4,500 fully working. But the firm that makes them here in Devon can't actually make enough of them. Their order books are absolutely full. And let me let you into a TV-style secret here. I'm not really driving this thing. I could never drive that. It's in the capable hands of the guy who built it, Mark Watkins. Now, Mark, just tell me, this is your business. How on earth did you get into this as a business?
Well, we were approached by customers, basically. People who are looking for large-scale, properly engineered models, and we were in a position to do it.
You were running an engineering firm?
We're running an engineering firm doing general engineering work, anything people wanted, really, subcontracting. But over the last 4 years, it's grown, and this is now all we do.
The tank's been designed and produced at the company's offices at Dunkerswell near Honiton, from where Mark runs the firm with his wife Jill. And although the customers are hobbyists, it's a serious business. Mark's a trained mechanical engineer and has invested £500,000 in machinery. All of the parts are manufactured here, and there's high-tech design and modelling equipment to produce tanks that are sold to customers all over the world.
It's mostly professional people, people with money essentially to spend on a hobby. The models are not cheap, and so you do have to have a reasonable disposable income. They go to retired people, they go to the film industry. Real mixture, actually.
And Jill, it can cost, £4,000 or £5,000. How do you persuade people to spend that much money?
Most of the time the models sell themselves. People just look at them and they're persuaded. Some men have problems persuading their wives. That's quite a big objection. But if they can overcome that, then the models really sell themselves. But if £4,000 or £5,000 is too much, you've got something like this, which is an SDKFZ 222, little armoured car, and very similar to the one that was featured in Hello. And you can buy the basic kit for that for under £1,000, and for under £1,700 you can have everything: motorisation, smoke, sound, the works.
The machines are sent out in kit form. The owners assemble them themselves. They have to be robust as well as realistic. The tanks can even fire blank rounds. Enthusiast Vince Abbott is one of the firm's regular customers. His German half-track was bought from here. Handily, Vince is an engineer himself and works in the field of animatronics.
This one actually took 10 weeks, but I really went for it on this one because I took the time off over Christmas and just enjoyed it, couldn't put it down really. It was a good model.
And I guess half the appeal isn't in the time it takes to build these things, isn't it?
It is. For a lot of people, it's the building that they really enjoy, and I'm an engineer by trade, so this fits the bill perfectly for me. It encompasses everything I've got a passion for, which is engineering, model making and military history.
And what's the appeal for you then? What do you get out of it?
It's the ultimate big boy's toy, isn't it? And it's a large scale, it does everything you could imagine the real one would do, and it's just like owning the real thing in a miniature size. It just ticks all the right boxes for me.
And do you think it's something that's grown in its appeal?
It is, oh definitely, yeah. I mean, the hobby's not been around long, but it's growing daily. We meet so many people at shows that just say, wow, we never knew this existed. And before you know it, they're a customer and they're a fellow builder, and they're off and running. It's growing massively.
Mind you, it's not a cheap hobby, is it? They cost
it's not
thousands
cheap,
of quid.
But when you think the hours you get out of it, the pleasure. I mean, some guys are taking 4 years to build their models. You do that on a cost per hour basis. That's good value for money. If that's what your passion is.
Demand certainly seems to be growing. Vince is part of a club which stages monthly meetings. Their photo shoots of the events are posted on a website, and in 1 month registered 2.2 million hits. Mark and Jill's own website regularly gets 10,000 visitors a day.
A lot of it is through the internet. I mean, although we do have customers that aren't on the internet, we have a very active owners forum, which the customers love. They can communicate with eeach other on a day-to-day basis, share ideas and thoughts, and we can communicate directly with our customers, which really involves them in the hobby. And a lot of people, although it's an owners forum, other potential customers can actually look at the forum and get involved as well.
And Mark, how do you develop it from here? Where'd you go next?
Well, basically, we carry on filling the demand at the moment. At the moment, the demand is considerably higher than we're capable of filling on a day-to-day basis, and we're looking at introducing new models, relaunching the more popular models that we've got in stock, and keeping the turnover going. We don't really anticipate any problems with sales in the foreseeable future.
That's a nice position to be in when you've got a business.
It's a very nice position to be in, yeah, luxury.
When the models leave here, they're heading for an expanding market around the world. About 50% of the company's products are now exported. And with growing interest from the modelling world for this kind of kit, Armortek's turnover has reached £750,000 a year, and the company's now got its sights set on even more orders in the future.